Are you ready to be part of a journey of inspiration and connection? Do you have a goosebump tingling tale that shook your world? Share your story here on Divinely Connected. I, your host and medium, Angela McClellan, know the power that our words and experience hold. By sharing our stories of intuition, connection, and synchronicity, it validates and allows others to trust in theirs. We have started a new series, Storytime Sunday, where I will be featuring and sharing your words and hope that they bring comfort and confidence to our listeners. If you have an experience you want to share, head over to angelamcclellan.com/share your story. Hi, it's Angela, and I'm here with another amazing Storytime Sunday for you. Grab a tissue, you're going to need it. All right, Cara wrote in, "The turquoise stone from Mom." This story is a tough one for me to share, but I really feel it's a great example of how spirit can reach out to us and guide and prepare us for what's to come. This happened 2 Easters ago. I had picked up my daughter from school that afternoon for a counseling appointment, and we ended up arriving into town much earlier than anticipated. I suggested to my daughter that we should go to the local witchy shop, as we both love looking at crystals and cards, sage and books, etc. We had about 20 minutes to kill, and it was close enough to the counselor's office, so we went for it. My oldest had picked out a crystal, and I had this huge nudge to pick up something for my new friend, Denise. Denise worked as the office manager at the counselor's office, and we recently struck up a friendship as we both had daughters at the same school and grade, and she was passionate about mental health and generally just a great, strong personality. I found a beautiful turquoise stone that just made me think of her. She loved the beach, and the stone was very calming. We paid for the crystals and headed to the appointment. The office was really busy that day. There were a few landscapers outside, and Denise was working with them. There were lots of clients and workers in and out getting their work done prior to the Easter holiday. I usually get a chance to chat with Denise a bit on the days when I'm in with my daughter. I saw that may not happen today. I contemplated just giving her the crystal another day, but I felt something push me to get her attention. And this is not like me before I had to go. She was back and forth through the waiting area a few times, and I tried to get her attention. It was not working. The third time, I called her name pretty loudly, and everyone stopped. I couldn't help myself. Denise just smiled and walked over, and I laughed, saying I had to shout to get her attention, that she would never have seen me because she's a woman on a mission getting this office ready before the holiday. Her daughter had came out as well. They both came over where I was sitting, and I showed her the turquoise crystal that I picked up that day. I told her and her daughter that they'll forever think of me, of that crazy friend who shows up with crystals, and started to laugh. Much to my surprise, Denise burst into tears and hugged me tight. That day was the anniversary of her mother's death, and she was praying and looking for signs from her that day. Her mother loved turquoise and the beach, and Denise had a tattoo on her leg that I've never seen before that was filled in turquoise upon her mother's death. She and her daughter were on their way to the gravestone after the office closed, and she knew it was her mom's way of letting her know that she was with her. We chatted for a moment, and then Denise and her daughter headed out the door. Denise smiled and mouthed the words, "Thank you," to me before walking out the door. It's a moment I remember so clearly, as I felt like I had lived a purpose and had truly helped Denise. I couldn't wait to chat with her that following week, but I would not get that chance again, unfortunately. That Easter weekend, Denise passed away from a massive stroke at 46. She was in great health, loved to exercise, did all the right things. And even though I hadn't known Denise for very long, her death shook me very deeply. It had me wondering if her mother was so insistent on getting me to get this crystal for her that day, because not only would it remind her that she's with her, but also prepare her for her untimely departure so she wouldn't feel so afraid. She always said she and her mother were soulmates and that she missed her terribly. So I am happy that they are together now and most likely watching over everyone they love at a beautiful turquoise beach with white sand. Oh, I cried the first time and I'm crying again. What a story. And you're right, Cara. This is a story that is going to help so many with spiritual beliefs. Let's start with following that nudge. And this is what is so important. Everyone gets these nudges. Not everyone listens to it. We're so easy to dismiss. We're so easy to brush off. I even joke now of before I knew of my gifts. I was like, I had no idea. I thought I just had a crazy imagination. I thought weird shit all the time and had really bad social anxiety. Because if you don't know, you don't know, right? And so I get that. Listening to that nudge, understanding that these nudges, whether we understand it or not, are not about us. Someone could have been who maybe aligned with their ego, would have been like, oh my God, I'm going to look crazy. I'm not going to do that. She's going to think this about me. Do it anyways. Say the compliment anyway. Say the nice thing anyways. Trust in that you are being a vessel. You're being used by the divine, right? It's so amazing. So I love so much that you went for it and that you got her, that you were listening to your intuition. And Denise knowing and having that connection. You got to partake in a magical moment from her mother. So amazing. Not only did that give her the comfort of knowing that her mother's there, but her poor daughter. Her daughter, this would have left her. Because I was thinking, oh my God, what are the chances that she was at the office that day? That when you when you yelled her mother's name, the daughter was like, oh, I'm going to go over and say hi too. And to be able to witness that connection, to build the faith that when the daughter will need it, to be able to know that her mother is there. Absolutely amazing. And Spirit comes to us, listen, whether we view our departure timely or not, whether it's a departure that we approve of or not, we are never alone. Your loved ones, your ancestors, your angels all line up for you. And even though it may be unexpected to us here in the physical form, it is on time for that soul contract, and your loved ones come for you. So yes, her mother was giving her her sign and symbol, was building her faith, was building the faith of her daughter, and was there for when her daughter crossed over, making sure that she wasn't afraid and wasn't alone. I'm so happy that you had this experience, and even though it's so bittersweet and so complicated, you're right in knowing that it forever changed you, and it's one of those pivotal moments. And I'm so grateful that you allowed me to share it with the listeners today. If you have a story that you want to share, head over to angelamcclellan.com and submit your story today. Have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for joining me on this journey of connection and love. As we conclude another episode, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you. To be able to do this work, it is a profound privilege for me. I have learned so much through my connections with you in spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your spiritual journey. And thank you for being a part of mine. Remember, the connections with your departed loved ones are timeless and eternal. May the messages shared here bring you comfort, healing, and a renewed sense of hope. I'll leave that with you. May you walk in the light of love and know that you are always divinely connected. I am Angela McClellan, your host and medium, sending you light and love always.